Calling all sisters, calling all sisters, calling all righteous sisters. Calling all women, calling all women, calling all righteous women, calling all women to steal away till our secret place, have a meeting face to face, look at the facts and determine our pace. We want first, second, and third world women. Come together. Women in and outside of the power structure. Working women. Welfare women. Women who feel alienated and isolated. Women all frustrated. Women who have given up women. Women questioning women, women unpolarized women unorganized and ostracized and tired of being penalized women. Come help us bridge this gap between racial, cultural, and generation. We want action and veneration. These men, they just ain't doing it. Now look, sis, they done had about 100 years. Now they about to ruin it. A kitchen office, ex-prison women, they're singing, dancing, diapering women, old and young and middle-aged women. Y'all better make this scene. And oh, yes, you don't want to forget your lunch. Problems, common problems that we make and cause one another. Sister, daughter, grandmother, female child, you can bring your brother. Saddle up the mule, call a cab, bike, catch a limo, pick them up or lay them down. Democracy, socialism, feminism, communism, here and now, futurism. We can't afford another schism. We've got to get together or die. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time for an evolution. Let's all search and find a solution about how we about to make the next revolution or die. And oh yes, baby, don't forget to bring your lunch. Calling all women from the other side, all the ancestors, calling all ancestors, Mary, Catherine, Elizabeth, Francis, Margaret, Mary, Gloria, Doris, Rosemary, Theodosia, calling all women, Iris, And oh, yes, yes, baby. Don't forget to bring your lunch.
Hi, my name is Sienna Hughes, and today I will be reciting the poem Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Thank you for allowing me to participate in this month honoring women. The most important woman in my life was my maternal grandmother, who taught me what love was all about. I have other women in my life, like my sister Jancy, and my cousins, and my daughters, and the good friends that I have, including my next door neighbor, Gail, who's part of the spiritual arts ministry. Anyway, I'm going to be singing the song For Good from the musical Wicked. And the first time I heard it, I cried like a baby because the words touched my heart. They are all about women who, because they've been in each other's life, have changed each other for the better, for the good. And there's so many who have done that in my life. And as you listen to the words and the haunting melody, please think of the women who have made a difference for good in your life. Thank you. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. And who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for lifetime. So let me say now, if we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our lives should part, I know you have rewritten mine by touching my heart. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a sky bird in a distant wood. And who can say if I've been changed for the better, because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
As we celebrate Women's History Month, we recognize the depth, breadth, and magnificence of what it means to be a representative of the divine feminine. And one exemplar of that energy is the great Maya Angelou, as I share for you her piece titled Phenomenal Woman. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model's size, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care, 'cause I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me.
We got two people whose birthdays we're going to acknowledge early because they are part of the history of the One God, One Thought Center. And the first one I want to acknowledge is Miss Laverne Fair, who just had a birthday. So we just want to acknowledge you. You want to stand up so they can see you? This is her 93rd birthday. And she is always here, always faithful. Just my right and left arms in consciousness. It's her consciousness, her act. She's so still very active, and you know, I just love it. I love it, and she's a role model for all of us who are going to live a long time, healthy and well.
Over the years, the Light of Truth Center has grown in a phenomenal way. It is more than I ever expected, more than I could have ever anticipated. We started out with an idea, simply an idea, to create safe housing, to create housing that was conducive. For an entire year, there was a mastermind group. We prayed every Thursday night for an entire year before the Light of Truth began to manifest, before it came into fruition. Our first house was in West Baltimore, and I was elated and overwhelmed and thought that, quite honestly, that would be it. The program began to unfold almost as if it had a life of its own. Now, today, some 24 years later, we have 5 buildings, 4 residences for women, and a training center and test site. And so now we are able to not only house women, not only able to provide treatment for women, but we're also able to train women to become recovery coaches. So we're just really excited with the growth. Not only are we training the women, but we have ventured out into the recovery community as a whole, and we are training the recovery community and their family and friends, their allies, to become recovery coaches. The Light of Truth Center focused on servicing women because there's a huge gap in services for women. Approximately for every 5 houses for men, there's 1 house for women. And just a handful, just a few houses for women with children. So women in recovery are a very underserved population, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Women are relational, and when working with women, you simply cannot work with the woman. You work with her family, you work with her children, because women are relational. The things that men need to move forward, to be successful, are not the things that women need to move forward and be successful. So where I can bring a man in, get him a job, get him a suit, get him a tie, his expectations for life just soars. For a woman, not so. The job is really not that important. It's important, but not that important. What's important is family for women. What's important is children. Many of the women that we serve have lost their children to the system. And so rebuilding their lives, that journey of healing, that journey of working through the shame and the guilt of losing your children or being shunned by your family because of your addiction. The work is overwhelming sometimes. The Light of Truth Center has served over 200 women in housing, but we have served many, many women in the recovery community. I think one of the most important things about the Light of Truth, and one of the things that we're really, really focused on, is supporting women to overcome the stigma. women in who are active, unbelievable stigma from the community, from their families. We have not yet gotten to the point where we have gotten families to understand that this is not a moral dilemma. This is not a moral failing. This is a disease, a neuroadaptive disorder. And if we could get people to understand that it is a disease rather than bad behavior, so to speak, we could tear down the walls and tear down the stigma, especially the stigma that women suffer. The Light of Truth Center would not be where it is today had it not been for what I call one of our greatest hidden figures, and that's Constance Mann Leonard. In the background, day in and day out, she is diligently working to support and grow the Light of Truth Center. She wears multiple hats, many, many hats. She is a registered peer supervisor. She is a facilitator trainer. She is our webmaster. She is our marketing designer, and on and on and on and on. The Light of Truth Center would not be where it is today were it not for Constance. The OGOT community was introduced to me by a woman whose daughter was in recovery and introduced us to the church. We came to a celebration, and the church was small at the time, just getting started here in Baltimore. And it was a handful of people, but it was so warm. I was intrigued. And the pastor was walking and talking to people and introducing herself and introducing us to come back on Sunday morning. I said, well, I'm gonna go back on Sunday morning and see what this is all about. And oh my goodness, my life changed forever. I was new in recovery. Maybe I had maybe a year and a half clean, and began to learn truth principles, began to grow and unfold. So my recovery process and the metaphysical teachings meshed perfectly and allowed me to grow and unfold. And the Light of Truth Center is an outgrowth of OGOT. We follow the pattern of the Universal Foundation for Better Living. We follow the teachings, and we instill the language in the program of the Light of Truth Center. At the time, Reverend Ann Jefferson was there. She was our mentor. She guided us through, taught us so many things about actually how to build an organization. And on the wings of that, Reverend Burnett Lee Jones stepped in and began to push and prod and encourage me and supported me in my recovery. And as a matter of fact, she was at the table when we had the first conversation, the idea of the Light of Truth Center before it even manifested.
It's a mother's song.
Dope one.
Motherhood is a state of unselfishness and grace. She grows up not knowing she would raise a city, town, village, country, and the world. She lifts up the world with her smile. Her eyes could tell a story that would win an Academy Award. She's the first person in the world we meet and the last person we want to see leave this world. The love we look for all our lives is that mom's love. For some, mom, mommy, mother, nana, Aladonna's mom is her name forever until we find out her real name. Annie, Debbie, Jackie, Mary, or Ruth. God has her back, cause she prays for us from the beginning. She finds out we're in her womb until the day her God walks her to the next journey. Her hands are strong and her arms can hug oh so tight. She's the first teacher and preacher. She says there's no such word as can't, and God can't make no jump. I don't know if your mom told you this. Another one of her favorite sayings, God takes care of fools and babies. While she would call me baby, and she would call me a fool, I knew God had me because my mom said so. And she meant it. Preacher, teacher, her voice, the angels made it sound so sweet. And her loving voice also let you know, I'm not playing with you. And don't make me, or wait until I get you home. We never want to hear that from your mom, LOL. Kisses that could heal or hurt any hurt. When you read the Bible, it says, we created them. I know my mom was one of the we. To hear someone say, you look like your mother, wow, what a compliment. Because my mom is the most beautiful black queen in the world. Her smell is one that we'll never forget. Her hair, my mom had the prettiest hair on her head that God could give. I asked Mom, why you wear wigs? You have beautiful hair. She said, it's mine, I paid for it, okay? If you ask me who I look up to, or who influenced me, or who's my hero, I would say, without a doubt, my mom. I was told we picked the mother as a vessel to come through into the world. Then I know I picked the right one, baby. And for the mom I want to thank that played a role in my life. If you know the type of mom I'm saying, say thank you with me. Thank you, Mom, the vessel. Grandma, she protects you from Mom, and she says yes when Mom says no. Sometimes. We have a special love for her. For Grandma, thank you. My best friend, Mom, it was my second home. Thank you. My godmother is the woman your mother trusts to take care of you if something happens to Mom. Thank you. Sister, brother, Mom, when your mom had you too old and gave you to your sister, brother, thank you. Your aunt, uncle, Mom, she or he, they're there when moms are not. Thank you. Stepmom, she hopes that the love she gives you, you'll receive. Thank you. Father, Mom, his love for you is from day one. Thank you. That step up, Mom, they step up and give you support when your mom starts her next journey. Thank you. That angel Mom, she sees the greatness in you and lets you know they see you. Thank you. Thanks to all mothers for saying yes to the job of life giver in this world. It's a mom song.